Thank you for tapping in and tuning in to the Sun Channel. Don't forget to tell your friend to tell them to tell their friend to tap in and stay tuned in to the Sun Channel. Sunshine Savage is on the read. We're in agreement with her read. In the meantime, go to her channel and check out some more of her readings, y'all. We're going to do it like we usually do it and get right to it. Let's go.
Sunshine Vibes with the high vibrations. If you're new to my channel, thank you for watching. If you are returning, thank you for subscribing to your girl. Love and light to you all. I hope everybody's doing good. So I'm going to tap in and see what messages I have for you all today. Take what resonates, because the messages may or may not resonate with your current situation. And leave what does not resonate. Use your own discernment when it comes to my messages. Okay? So I'm going to pull from these first. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors are my highest good. Be with me as I channel these messages. Give me clear and accurate messages. For the collective, what do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of? Give me one card for the overall energy. We have juggling a lot. So some of you guys, you could be juggling a lot. Somebody could be going to school. Okay, I'm hearing that song, trying to balance it all out. It's like I'm walking on a tightrope. Try not to lose control. There is somebody here that wants you to lose control of your life. Like somebody wants something to be like so hard on you that you just give up. But I'm hearing what don't kill you make you stronger. Somebody don't really understand like your strength. Yeah, we have proof. Okay, somebody don't understand your strength. It's something about proof. Somebody wants proof or someone has proof. We have, what's going on with this? Somebody got proof that your ass is strong than a motherfucker. Okay, somebody got proof that your ass can juggle a whole lot. Okay, it's nothing to you. Okay, somebody got proof somebody did some type of dirty work. Okay, somebody behind the scenes working hard. It's like the more strength the more you prove that you have the strength to overcome something, the more somebody does. In his word. 144. Somebody don't know your strength comes from the Lord. We have a judge. And they have connections in high places. So there's someone here that paid somebody to do some type of dirty work. Okay, somebody has proof, okay, that they paid this judge. So there's a judge involved here. It could be a group of bisexual men, okay? Five of Pentacles, okay, so somebody wants to see you. Yeah, this is somebody's friend. So there is a group attacking. I don't know if it's a divine feminine or divine masculine, but there is a group here. There's a group attacking you, okay? These could be a group of Masons, okay? It's a group of bisexual men. Somebody could have paid off a judge. And this is pertaining something around you, okay? Somebody could be juggling a lot. But somebody got proof. We have demonic spirits. Yeah, somebody definitely is trying to send you the energy of like a certain spirit, okay, to have you in a certain energy. It could be Jezebel. Somebody wants you, look, bisexual. Somebody wants you in a lustful energy, but these people are just demonic. They're demonic. And now if you're bisexual, I'm not talking about being bisexual is demonic. What I'm saying is there is a group of bisexual men.
Well, she ain't saying it, but I'ma say it. You know what I mean? And I heard most men, most of those karmic men are bisexual. You know what I mean? Most karmic men and those that be in those secret society groups, and the way they got to get in these groups is that they have to be and be initiated in by having sex with another man. Now this is what I heard now, and most of the karmics that I know, you know what I mean, that I done seen, you know what I mean, that be attacking me and be attacking Leonardo Simpkins in Ocala, Florida. Most of them that be doing all these attacks and do a lot of this stuff and be over the groups and stuff, either is bisexual, you know what I mean, or gay. You know what I mean? And, you know, they go both ways. You know what I mean? They some of them be married, but they still like the opposite sex. You know what I mean? And most of them that does do that, they have a lot of money. You know, you got the LPQT, you know, the rainbow people. They done made this organization. Understand this here? It goes ties in with the secret society groups. the secret society covenant cult groups, right? Understand this now. Listen to me very carefully. Leonardo Simpkins told me, and I believe what he say, like they got these groups and they get them money. They get money for being, LPT groups, and you can't call them gay, so they protect it, you know what I mean? But not by the spiritual teams and stuff like that. But them being demonic, they have, remember, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness in high places and principalities, right? Now, since these up in high places, a lot of those men up, and y'all remember about the Pope? That's real high. And he was messing with little boys. So it trickled down from that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So as it trickled down to these people that that's what they call like the same sex, you know what I mean? They up in high-powered places, you know what I mean? And they get money. That's why they able to connect with a lot of people in high places, even though they in low places, you know what I mean? It's that connection that they got. You have to give them respect for that being what they call united like that, you know what I mean? All of them, they stand for one another. You got gay people that you don't know gay, you know what I mean? And they stand with gay people. Even though they go both ways, they'll still stand and they'll lead a partner out to go with a gay person, you know what I mean? If they go both ways, you know what I mean? We're going to keep moving on, let go.
Okay, and I'm picking up men. These are men. These are men that are friends, okay? These is men that could have been in some type of sorority, okay? Somebody could have been in some type of sorority here. Somebody feels like giving up. Okay, somebody feels like giving up, or somebody wants you to give up. We have a gold digger. We have stay positive. Somebody could be calling you a gold digger. Like, it's a group of men that are attacking you, okay? Somebody could be hacking your stuff. Like, they are doing the most, spreading rumors about you, and you don't give a fuck. Whatever you are doing, you are juggling a lot. You could be just doing a whole lot. You a jack of all trades, I just heard, and somebody's mad about that. Yeah, that you're a prophet. So somebody's mad. There's also a judge that's mad because you are connected, okay? You are exposing something. We have speaking up. Hurts people, but you know the truth. At least you being honest. Yeah, these people, they can't be honest with themselves. Somebody's attacking you, but just be honest and say you like getting fucking dick in your ass. I'm gonna get shadow banned for saying this, but just...
It's true though. They like them gay karmics and gay whatever they be, you know what I mean? They enjoy that. That's why, like, just like the attacks and stuff, like they attack Leonardo Simpkins in Ocala, Florida, and they gather up. They might have one or two females, but then they got about 10 or 8 fellas, other men around. You see what I mean? And then the females, they just go in there, being there to get high and stuff like that there, right? But all in all, they love that kind of stuff and then they play it off. This is what Leonardo Simpkins told me. He said, then they play it off like they ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? They make it seem like, everything just cool and kosher. You know what I mean? It's like throwing rocks and hiding your hand, but yet, I'm talking, they look straight too. You wouldn't know they was gay unless you ain't know they was bisexual unless you can recognize on how they do. They do it in very top secret stuff. You know what I mean? They be in very low places where you wouldn't know that they are doing it. You know what I mean? But in all, they all group together and come together to do a lot of plot and plans and murder schemes. Yeah. That's who be doing a lot of that stuff because they demonic. You know what I mean? Remember, in the Bible, being with the same sex is an abomination. So the abomination come from the low vibrational demonic spirits. You know what I mean? So them being demonic like that is what we are talking about. That's how low vibrational they be and doing all these low vibrational acts and not caring. You know what I mean? They don't care about because they low vibrational. They demonic, you know what I mean? They house those entities, you know what I mean? And they love housing them because they love on the what they call association that they have with doing it and getting pumped in the butt. You know what I mean? We call it, Leonardo Simpkins call it the bumping dickhead. You know what I mean? Excuse, you know, the English, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. And they like getting pumped in the butt and all that kind of stuff. And then that's where a lot of AIDS and stuff come from, because most of them top dogs, it be men, right? Then they get with a female. They had them pump them in the butt and got that, what they call, got AIDS and stuff like that, and VD stuff by pumping them in the butt, getting, you know, that waste going up in they pee-wee hole, and then they get disease, then they give it to a female, then the female go out, and then she might not be, you know, gay or nothing like that there and this and that, but after messing with them, they turn her out, trick her out and this and that, then she have these diseases and stuff, so she get with another female, but then she'll get with a male, get him shot up, and then now this male got HIV, you know what I mean? Then he go and spread it about and all this kind of stuff. So then when they find out all that kind of stuff, then they hook together and get together and don't want to get out of the side of their ring, because their ring is so big with a lot of HIV stuff down, you know, they have it in what they call in the united, everybody be united with it. You know what I mean? So this person can call that person if they want to do it, for they don't go outside the circle. Then when they want to go outside the circle to set somebody up, just say like they tried to do with Leonardo Simpkins by having a female come over there to try to get him something. But he called the police. But yet, all in all, that's how they do in trying to get those demonic entities tied in with somebody, you know, just say like a chosen one or some or soul tribe family member, by having them to go have sex and stuff with them, because they are demonic, and most of the karmics and the people that's karmic that affiliated with these secret society, covenant, cult group, that's why it's a secret. They are mostly bi-sexual, all of them like the same sex, even females, you know what I mean? But, you know, females, and me myself, you know, two females, I can deal with that. But dealing with two men, no, that's just not my thing. And that's one of the reasons why they don't like Leonardo Simpkins or me. You know what I mean? Because we don't get down like they get down with messing with men, you know what I mean? Now, we strictly like having sex with female. We're going to keep it moving. They go.
Say it. You like to get fucked in your ass, don't you? Whoever this is somebody who wants to be a female. Somebody wants to be a feminine. Somebody could be calling you a gold digger because they like getting fucked in their ass and paid from people in high fucking places. It's just how a whole lot of these motherfuckers come up in life.
Yeah.
See, y'all gonna fail to realize, 428, a lot of these motherfuckers is only up in life because they getting fucked in their ass.
Yeah, and just like having sex, a female go out and prostitute. These men doing it just like says, a lot of them want to be female and they're on the down low. They play the female part, you know what I mean? And they get fucked in the ass. They be getting pumped in the ass and be sucking dick and all that shit just like a female do now. And these men messing with men, understand that. This is what we talking about. Let's go. Keep it moving.
It's time to step out of your comfort zone. Yeah, we have vibrate higher. People be fucking fired the fuck up when I talk like that, but it's the truth though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And the thing about it, they be married. You got a married man, he won't have sex with his wife. He might mess around with her this and that, but he argue with her this and that. She stay with him for the money, but yeah, he like men. He in this big, you know, secret society group, and they getting money, got a nice house, and, you know, she living off him, you know what I mean? So she sit there and take that stuff. She might branch off and sneak off and this and that, but then if he got HIV and got her, she got HIV, she locked in, you see what I mean? So this is one of they tactic that they do, especially if one of those bisexual, gay, secret society, covenant, cult group men be out there. This is their tactics on how they have people and get them locked in and stuff. We gonna keep moving. Though. Let's go.
Yeah, you figured it out. You already know. Whoever you are,
Yeah.
you already know. It's a group of men that's doing this fucking dirty work. Okay, somebody could be trying to send somebody to you, and it's not true. Okay, something somebody is saying about you, it's not true. But you already know it's not true. Somebody just they just don't look. Nobody cares, so they envy you. They just don't want you to see you doing something. Like they jealous.
Yeah,
they jealous. This is a group of jealous men. And you
envious and jealous, and they hatred. It all be all cause see, like in Leonardo Simpkins' case, they couldn't control him. All these gay, perverts, bisexual men couldn't control Leonardo Simpkins and get him to get in their entourage group thing and all that kind of stuff. So, and then they trying to get him to do in their group, but then since he ain't getting their group, they try to get a female to come in and pass one of them diseases on to him, one of the demonic diseases and stuff, and try to get him like that there. Since none of that stuff worked, now they want to try to take everything he got and then try to unalive him, and all that stuff backfired, and then all they spell work didn't spell nothing. All that went back to the senders and this and that. Now, a lot of them getting messed up and getting exposed. Now they in hiding. You see what I mean? Now they going to hiding because a lot of them getting in that pine box. You know what I mean? We'll keep moving though. Let's go.
aware of this fuck shit because being alone is powerful. Yeah, these are men that can't be alone. Like they got whole women at home. They got wives and side chicks and all of this shit, but be meeting and greeting and fucking each other in the ass. Y'all, I'm not playing. Listen, I'm not playing. These men could have been in some type of sorority growing up, okay? Went to high school together. If they not in sorority, they in some type of cult. If they not in some type of cult, these men, they got mental illnesses, man. I'm trying to tell you. These men got mental illness. These are the type of men that will literally manipulate women's mental, okay?
And I heard, you know what I heard? I heard the saying too also, they be having children. They're having children to try to cover up that they ain't gay, that they ain't bisexual, that they don't mess with men. So they figure since he got kids, other people think since they got kids, they ain't gay. And this is one of the hiding tactics. And be having plenty of kids. They have a whole bunch of kids. Don't take care of none of them. Don't take care of none of them. They'll put on the front by having the kids might come over, on a holiday or something, you know what I mean? And then they might holler at them and, tell them to go outside and play and, and say a little cuss words and try to, do their little controlling thing with the kids and stuff. But then after a little holiday, they ain't even around the kids, you know what I mean? Then they try to put it out there, try to say Leonardo Simpkins didn't take care of his kids. Leonardo Simpkins cut the umbilical cord on his. He was there. And I know this for a fact. So all the stuff they've been lying about Leonardo Simpkins, they can take that and shove it up. You already know they stinking ass. In the meantime, we'll keep moving. Let's go.
And then they'll say something's wrong with your mental health. And then they pay off judges and all of them be in on the shit because they all be using your energy. They all ciphering your energy.
All of them be in cahoots.
They ciphering off your energy. And like this one specific person that is wicked as fuck, that is using your energy to bring back to this fucking cult, this group of men. But you are on a double mission.
And that's how they do. And like Leonardo Simpkins told me about the simp part, even when they get with a female, they'll get with a female, get her energy. You know what I mean? They'll get the female, just say, they'll have a female, they'll try to send her, just say that they'll send a female out, right? And just say if she would have got with Leonardo Simpkins, and got his energy, which that didn't happen. And then they'll get her, have sex with her, get the energy from her, and then go and spread it out through some other gay men. Yeah, this is the demonic stuff we talking about right here, y'all. Let's go.
Just saying, confess your faith. You could need to get a restraining order out on somebody here. Do not trust them. They are not trustworthy at all, okay? They are not trustworthy at all. And you know this motherfucker ain't trustworthy? Yeah, look, paperwork and gossip. So somebody's gossiping about paperwork, okay, but whatever they said, it's not true. You did a return to sender and they been warned. So these men been warned to stay out your fucking energy, okay? Give me one more. Yeah, because somebody's being bribed. Somebody's paying somebody off. I'm telling you, somebody is paying somebody off to come steal your energy so they can make you look a certain way. We have Eat Healthy. These motherfuckers is sick. Sick as fuck. Archangel Michael is here though, protecting you because your cutoff game is strong as fuck. That's what I'm getting. You cut this motherfucker off and this motherfucker won't leave you alone. I'm telling y'all, this motherfucker won't leave you alone because they using your fucking energy to bring back to this cult. And whatever falsified documents that they done made, you could have cleansed your space so there's a need to. Yeah, get a DNA test. Yeah, play childish, toxic, and don't want to change. Yeah, bully, control. Yeah, they have this person come to you to mentally abuse you, to bully and control you. Because this is their plans. Like, this is their plots. They do this type of shit. Yeah. And this woman here, okay, I'm just hearing, my ancestors just said there is women who fake their death to get away from these motherfuckers.
I'm telling you, that's the best thing to do. But see, the thing is, they got strings in high places. And they threaten a lot of people. That's where they go in and be doing these murder plots, see? Because they go in all nice, and a lot of people, be trusting these bisexual motherfuckers, you know what I mean? But yet they all, remember, you got to understand, these bisexual, they abomination to God. So you got to understand these demonic motherfuckers, man, they out to kill, steal, and to destroy. That's all they out to do. That's why a lot of people be kind of, shying away from, be scared of them and stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of people scared of them, and they put fear in them, so they do and have control over them. Because once they get you to be fear of them, then they can control you. And that's that's their tactic. They put themselves bully fear and because they will kill you now. Don't get it twisted. They tried to do that with Leonardo Simpkins, see? And this is where the whole twist came around throughout the whole planet. This is what this is kind of all about, on how they couldn't do and couldn't unalive Leonardo Simpkins. Everything backfired on them, and all their spell work went back to the senders. And then they went and tried to bring up new spells and all that kind of stuff. And then a lot of them did forbidden stuff they shouldn't have done. And then the moon magic, which repaired all and sucked up all their energy, drained them, for they had got no power and stuff now, and reverted it back into positive energy to the Soul Tribe family members and to Leonardo Simpkins on Earth. And that's why a lot of things now is coming out and being exposed on these motherfuckers, these gay pumping the booty, dick sucking ass, same men doing the same sex stuff, you know what I mean? Which have been doing this for years. Understand this. Remember the Pope now. And everybody, you look back where they talking about the Pope and this and stuff and this and that. This stuff been going on for a long time. Now it's ending. You see what I mean? This is where the evil is stopped, and where the righteous starting to come up, and the wealth of the wicked is being laid up for the just. We gonna keep moving. Let's go.
Like, so you are not the only victim. So don't think you are the only victim. You are not the only victim. It's women that done had to fake their own fucking death just to get away. Okay, Kevin Gates, God slippers. Okay, you borrowed a pair of God slippers, and you got the fuck away from this fucking wicked secret society, whatever the fuck this is. Okay? Yeah, take that shit to trial. Take that shit to trial. Because somebody got a fucking mental disorder that's bothering y'all. Like, for real. They got a fucking mental disorder. Somebody's jealous of your fucking beauty. They could also be jealous that you are poetic. Like, this shit's crazy. I be trying not to, somebody's going the wrong fucking way, and they very codependent on your energy. This person is a narcissist. Somebody wants you to fall for the okie doke. All spells ain't bad. Continue to protect yourself. Yeah, because your faith is confusing the fuck out of these motherfuckers, but it's something to do with identity theft, okay? Somebody could have stole your identity. Like I said, some of y'all, these motherfuckers already done you dead, okay? They already done said you were dead. It's something that they did. It's something that they did. We have human experience. We out here to learn, leave people alone. Yeah, these motherfuckers just need to leave you alone. Like, these motherfuckers ain't learned their lesson yet.
Well, see, the thing is, just like they ain't learned because you know, the one, especially the one that's tackling all those symptoms, they ain't been put in that pine box. You know what I mean? When they get that toe tag and then put in that pine box, then it'll be a whole nother story. You see what I mean? But God don't wish that none should perish. You know, He wish everybody. You know, but you know that's it, you know, the battle is not ours. Put it like that. You know what I mean? So like Leonardo Simpkins, you know, he told me he do what God say. His spiritual team God tell them what to do, and they tell him. And you know, just like with me, you know, same thing. You know what I mean? So therefore, we just doing what we told by the light. We is not into the darkness. You know what I mean? We what they call in the warfare against the darkness, which is, you know, very exciting. You know what I mean? Because we know we gonna win. We always win. You know what I mean? But it's the going through the battles and the warfare is a challenge. You know what I mean? But that's why it's a drive to keep us going. That's how you gotta look at it, Soul Tribe family members, because it's an everyday thing. Ain't no breaks, ain't none of that. You know what I mean? You always gotta be on your P to Q, because they always gonna be trying to unalive us. You know what I mean? Keep that in mind, and don't you ever forget that. You know what I mean? And remember, you gotta understand and discern who it is that's trying to unalive you too. And then, like in the Leonardo Simpkins case, are the people that's trying to unalive him in his community of 1328 Southwest 5th Street in Ocala, Florida. Everybody that be going over to 1324 Southwest 5th Street in Ocala, Florida, he have no ties with them because of all those people that stay in that resident and in that community is all in cahoots on trying to unalive him. Now he'll be a fool, and I would too if I, you know, go and mingle with them knowing they out trying to kill me. So that's why we have no ties with them, and burnt all bridges, cut all cords, and we keeping it moving. Let's go.
At all. They ain't learned their lesson yet. Everybody's about to get it, or everybody's getting it already.
Yeah.
Anything else? Yeah, dark magic and ashamed. So now somebody's ashamed. Don't be ashamed now. You wasn't ashamed when you got paid to stick that dick up your ass. Like, look, destiny. This is what they want. They want your fucking destiny. This is a group of men that's ciphering out for people's energies, that have destinies, that have purposes in life. Like, this is, look, they under judgment, conflict, and defeat. Because they mouth writing checks, they ass paying cash. So somebody just running around talking shit because they envious. Just say that you fucking gay and you like getting dick up your asshole. Let's keep that real. I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of being nice. These motherfuckers is acting like they the truth. Nigga, you ain't the truth. This is the truth. 10-10. This is what I'm saying. This is the truth. Y'all dealing with a whole lot of, look, 10-10, 10 and 20. That's 30. 10-10-10. This shit is ending. Okay? This shit is coming to an end. Yeah, why in reverse? You already know why. It's the point. It's the point. These is men that can't have you moving on, and they won't leave you the fuck alone because why? They want your power. They see you transforming and they wonder why they gotta bend their ass over. Why they gotta sacrifice they self. Because they ain't sacrificing you. They sacrificing their motherfucking self. They sacrificing their dignity. They sacrificing their respect for they self. They nasty. And that's just not for you. That's not your fault. Because they chose the path to hell. Because they went the wrong way. They just need to clean that shit up.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
At all.
Somebody got better shit. You got better shit you can put your energy into. And it's better shit they can put their energy into. But they will not leave you the fuck alone. Yeah, material and spiritual prosperity. And happy. What I'm getting is you are about to be happy. Or if you ain't already happy, you're going to be even more happy. Because whatever is meant for you is supposed to be for you. Okay? Yeah. Somebody can't take that from you.
At all.
I'm hearing you won't break my soul. Yeah, thief. You fucking thief. And like I said, these men either met in jail or this is an informant. Somebody could be fucking an officer, fucking a judge. Like these motherfuckers is false motherfuckers. They get them out of prison and they pay them to go find women and manipulate them and they do shit. Yeah, y'all think, listen.
Yeah, when they get out and all that stuff, what they do, they recruit them. They recruit a lot of, a lot of them being wild, they do some, strange things for some change. And then when they get out, they still on that strange change thing, you know what I mean? So they get recruited, you know what I mean? And then they want to start getting into that there, and then they start getting into the other stuff, into the, you know, the unaliving spells and things like that, and start doing things for the little change. And then they get into these karmic rituals and cult things and this and that. Then they get bound. And once they get bound, you know what I mean? Once they get bound to where they have no kind of way of going nowhere and doing nothing without consequences, you know, and with these groups, you know what I mean? And as these groups come together with these folks, as they come together with these folks and have these folks doing all this stuff, they have them what they call under their control. You know what I mean? Because they, you know, they threaten them with a lot of stuff, even when they, you know, out and free. They still, you know, threaten them with a lot of stuff that, you know, they still, what they call, be afraid of when they get out. We gonna keep moving, let go.
Y'all think this shit don't be going on? They be having these people in jail, concerned, wondering when they gonna get out, when somebody gonna send them some money so they can eat in fucking jail. And then they got these fucking crooked ass police officers and judges and shit. Look, adjudication, I can't make this up. They give them fucking money. That gives them fucking money for doing this fucking work. Going into women's homes, stealing shit from them, stealing their identity so they can get great fortune.
And they also do put poison in people's food and stuff too. You see what I mean? These are gays and stuff because they be all friendly. And they get friends with people, then go and put poison in people's food and in their water and stuff, you see what I mean? And as they do the same kind of stuff, you know what I mean? They also have them to do that kind of stuff. And these are the things that we'll be talking about on how, you know, they have people to do these kind of things, you know what I mean? And as they have people to do these kind of things and this and that kind of stuff, it'd be like up under their control, especially when they done put the poison in people's food. And like I said, these demonic people have no kind of remorse. You know what I mean? They have no kind of remorse on the old, young, you know what I mean? None of that. The only thing they were think about getting money and getting pumped and fucked in the ass and shit and stuff like that there. Because they under these demonic commands and stuff like that. So they bound to what they under their what they call it up under their authority, up under these demonic authorities and stuff. So they do whatever they are told to do, and a lot of them be doing these things that they don't want to do. You know what I mean? We gonna keep moving though. They go
doing shit to them, manipulating them so they can steal. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. They thieves. This is all coming like something is just very strange. I'm about to get out this energy. Look, they thieves. It keeps coming out. My ancestors are not playing. They are thieves. They want privileged lady energy and they fucking man. They supposed to be in masculine energy, but they acting like bitches. Bad health. And they all could be in bad health. They all could be sick. Somebody could be running around giving people AIDS and all type of sick ass shit. This sick ass bitch. Like, for real. Motherfuckers is sick than a motherfucker out here.
A lot of them.
And they come-ups is like, they coming up. Like, look, this is what's going on, y'all. The moon with the magician. It's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of manipulation. I'm telling you, somebody sits and does magic all fucking day long. 1313. Fucking warlocks. I'm hearing... I thought...
Yep, like in Leonardo Simpkins' case, they sit all day, wait to him to come home, get off from work, and then they start, you know, as soon as he get home, 9 times out of 10, they'll start playing music. They'll start their little ritual. They hex stuff and this and that and all that kind of stuff and go to plot. They already been plotting and talking all day. You know what I mean? They talk and plot all day. And they have little headphones and stuff on when they're talking, like with Leonardo Beach somewhere. They have gang stalkers about, monitors all about, and everybody, a lot of people that be watching them and talking to them and this and that kind of stuff. And they have him being on a watch all day long. And then when they get to his house and stuff, they go to trying to infiltrate him in on a what they call a secret society unaliving plot and stuff like this. But a lot of them getting their head and stuff chopped off and blowed off and stuff like that, and getting in accidents because of all these setups and stuff that's now being exposed on their tactics on what they do, and plus the light workers and stuff now is beginning to the archangels and the ancestors and the angelic beings done stepped in, and now a lot of stuff done came to a halt on them doing these attacks and stuff against Leonardo Simpson, because they already know death is knocking on their back door and right in their face, you know what I mean? And that's one thing, they be doing a lot of murder plots, but they scared to die, you know what I mean? And in some case, you know, being scared to die and killing somebody, it's already your time to die then. In the meantime, they done dug holes for other people, now they falling in them.
I told you that we won't stop. I told you that we won't stop. Oh man, your ancestors look the high priest. I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck who the fuck they think they are. But you a whole high priest, and your ancestors is like, I thought I told you we won't stop. Yeah, your ancestors ain't the empress. They can keep doing whatever the fuck they doing, trying to cause confusions, illusions, whatever the fuck you doing. You're not gonna stop. It's your destiny. It's your calling.
True that.
Like somebody's a thief.
Yeah, it got exciting now though.
We have distance. Somebody could be trying to get away. Yeah, because they know that you know they a fucking false person.
Fake
It's gonna even be
phone.
people in your family and shit. Like people in your family working together. Okay, it's just like they scout. I'm hearing scouting. They be scouting out people, scouting out women with inheritance and shit. And these group of men, you are not concerned. 14, you are not concerned about this. But Spirit is saying be on guard for real, because these people are not playing. Look, high honor.
Cause we ain't on that same sex, the man stuff. We like pussy. We like juicy, good pussy, and that's what we deal with. You know, me, Leonardo Simpson, and other men of the Soul Tribe family. We ain't on that same sex marriage and same sex, you know, men with same. No, that like we said earlier, that's an abomination, and that's what it comes in of this demonic. You know what I mean? That's why they have no remorse on doing unaliving people and this and that. It ain't no kind of what they call no scare or no kind of fear of them doing that. So that's why we tell all Soul Tribe family members, y'all know somebody that's demonic and into that kind of stuff, and you know they do that kind of stuff, they demonic, don't trust them and don't put none past them at all. Because one thing they out to do, and that's steal, kill, and destroy. And that's what they say, you know, that's in the Bible, you know what I mean?
You're not concerned because you're held in high honor. You know you got people fighting for you in the spirit. You're not concerned. It's not your concern. Whatever work they've been doing, it ain't your fucking concern.
At all.
At all. But I'm telling you, these people are putting in a lot of work to change something. They are trying to change something because of this money, this income. It's all about money. It's always about money.
Yeah,
Distant horizon in reverse. Somebody's being blocked from going somewhere. Somebody's trying to get away, but they about to go right back to jail.
And that's where a lot of them come from. A lot of them come out of there and they recruit them. And, you know, it don't make no difference. They don't care as long as they do and they get that ritual in and have that same sex, men with same sex, and they get them initiated in. And they go to doing that stuff, and then they return to gang stalkers and monitors and all that kind of stuff, and they pay them, and then they don't understand the thing that they're doing, you know what I mean? But they do this and stuff because they still be asleep. They ain't woke up to their awareness, you know what I mean? And as they go about, you know, especially when they on these attacks against Leonardo Simpson, right? Everywhere he go, he be watched, I heard, you know what I mean? They be watching him, following him, this, that kind of stuff. And all the time, they on their deathbed, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these death plots and unaliving spells that they be doing is one of the tactics that they do in trying to, they call infiltrating, trying to put him in fear. And it's now known that trying to, you know, scare him with these tactics and stuff, they the one getting scared now. You know what I mean? In the meantime, we keeping it moving.
They in despair. Like literally, somebody is a thief. They a fucking false person, and they about to go right back to jail. They about to go right back to jail because your ancestors is not playing with this motherfucker.
At all.
They in despair. It could be over a home. Like, somebody could have stole a home. Yeah, you gotta let them go. These karmics just want you to come back. They mad because they lied about everything and they owe you fucking money. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but I'm about to get it out because it's nothing but gossip going on. This is all they do. They sit up and gossip, and who gives a fuck? But one thing that they're not gonna do is take you out.
That part.
And steal whatever that they are trying to steal because, yeah, your ancestors is like, you not gonna stop. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you do to this one. This one ain't gonna stop. Yeah, release.
They keep going,
just release
going
this person.
harder.
Okay, whoever y'all, 444, you are protected. It's satanic cult. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers is part of some satanic cults.
And see, like we were saying earlier, now the thing about the attacks against Leonardo Simpkins, you know, it been going on a while, right? And they used to do this long, they were doing it, you know, some years, about 30-something years. So before black people started getting into it, you know, it was white people. And as the white people was getting into it, making all this free money, Leonardo Simpkins say he gonna hook some people up, you know, some black people up, you know, y'all get that free money and gang stalk him and watch him and monitor him and get the money and take care of your kids and this and that kind of stuff, right? Then, you know, y'all can, you know, have a better chance on having a good life and this and that. But what happened, they flipped the script and started want to unalive Leonardo Simpkins. So I started going along with the white people and stuff, you know what I mean? So this way there came to a problem where now the whole thing have been sabotaged with all of them, what they call getting backfire and stuff like that for the monitoring and profiling and gang stalking and surveillance and all that stuff because it's against the law. Now a lot of them getting caught and getting what they call getting the RICO crime and then they adding the hate crime in on it. And that's like 25 years, you know what I mean? Just for them doing that. Yeah, we gonna keep moving though.
These motherfuckers is being initiated. And then they go for people who have real deal initiations. Like have real deal people fighting for them in the spirit and everything. But here it is. These motherfuckers is getting fucked in their ass to be initiated in some shit. And then they come mad at you. Because you don't gotta get fucked to get paid. You don't gotta lay down to get paid. Like, bitch. Listen, I'm out of here, y'all. I know this motherfucking video gonna be shadow banned like a motherfucker, but
hey,
that's all I got for y'all. Love and light. Namaste, Ashe.
It ain't for
you want more energy?
Hope that vibe with somebody. In the meantime, let yourself first talk with y'all later.